people not only in Niger State but also.
Still a chance for Ian Robin.
Let him shoot, let him shoot.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Gallery TV News Update at 4. I'm Eleje Chidima. On the news headlines, return to cabinet casts uncertainty over fate of Malami Ngige. Women Affairs Minister Tolin withdraws from senatorial race. Still on the news headline, train abduction negotiation deadlocked. Federal government seeks foreign assistance. Government set ablaze court local government secretariats in Anambra State. And on business news, new money laundering law, inbound, outbound travelers to forfeit uncleared funds. On sports news, Everton, West Ham, others battle for Fenerbahce's Osai Samuel. On entertainment news, Lagos Agog as reggae artist side fan to honor late Bob Marley. On foreign news, dozen killed in Burkina Faso attack. And on the news in details, return to cabinet uncertainty over fate of Malami Ngige. With the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami and his Labour and Employment counterpart Chris Ngige backtracking on their early decision to contest elective posts in the next year's election, their fate as members of the federal cabinet seems to be hanging in balance. Both men were present at the valedictory meeting for outgoing ministers conducted by President Muhammadu Buhari last Friday, which was followed by a group photograph of the president and the departed ministers at the presidential villa Abuja. Buhari thanked them for their complying with his directive for members of the cabinet with ambitions to bear for elective posts to resign. The president had bid them farewell, expressing confidence in their ability to govern the country just as other presidential aspirants if they win the election. 7 other ministers who had indicated their interest in the contesting elected position were present at the valedictory section. They include Godswill Akpabio, Niger Delta Affairs, Rotimi Amechi, Transportation, Ogbonnaya Ono, Science, Technology and Innovation, Paul Intelligent Women Affairs, Timber, Steel, State Petroleum Resources, Uche Oga, State Mines and Steel Development, and Tayo Alaso Awudura, State Niger Delta Affairs. Oliemeka Wajuba, the former Minister of State Education, who was the first to resign, was absent at the meeting with apologies. However, both Ngige and Malami have since made a U-turn as they said in a separate statement that they had withdrawn from the race for the presidential and Kebbi State gubernatorial tickets, respectively, of All Progressive Congress (APC). Women Affairs Minister Tolin withdraws from senatorial race. The Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Tolin, has announced her withdrawal from the senatorial race ahead of the general election in 2023. She made an announcement in a statement on Monday, the final day to decide whether to resign as a minister or to pursue her political ambition or to consider the move. Tolin, who initially announced to contest for the Plateau State senatorial seat in the National Assembly, had picked the expression of interest and nomination form of All Progressive Congress (APC). She was one of the 10 ministers President Muhammadu Buhari had directed to resign if they must contest for their political offices in 2023 election. On Wednesday last week, President Buhari directed all appointed members of the Federal Executive Council (FEC) running for elective offices to resign or be on or before May 6th, a directive which affected Tolin. 2 days later, the President held a valedictory section for the affected persons to appreciate them for their service. Since the President's directive, some of the ministers have reconsidered their decision to bear the elective offices. Still on the news, train attack, negotiation deadlocked, federal government seeks foreign assistance. The negotiation between the federal government and the abductors of non-68 Abuja Kaduna train passengers may have deadlocked following the insistence of the government in the release of their commands in exchange for the abductees. Our correspondent learns that the federal government is seeking foreign assistance and technical expertise to resolve the impasse. About 8 persons were killed and 26 others injured when government bombed the train track and fired gunshots at the Kaduna-bound train. So far, the government had released 3 hostages, including the managing director of the Bank of Agriculture, Alwan Hassan Sadiq. son of Ango Abdullahi, convener of the Northern Elders Forum, and a pregnant woman who breathed air of freedom on Saturday. A woman was reported to have delivered a baby girl in the camp of kidnappers believed to be affiliated with the Boko Haram terrorist group. A security source privy to the negotiation said the negotiation has literally broken down. The bandit terrorists are still insisting on swapping their commanders in custody with the abducted passengers. The government is seeking foreign assistance to resolve the deadlock. A security expert said the decision to seek foreign assistance was in order, noting that the United States, United Kingdom, and other Western countries have the expertise to assist the country. Meanwhile, the United States has again insisted that the military must conform to the Armed Export Control Act, the Foreign Assistance Act, and other international norms in the deployment and use of the Super Tucano in the country. Government set ablaze court, local government secretariat in Anambra. Suspected gunmen have set ablaze the Demili North local government secretariat in Ngige, and a magistrate court located source said the arsonists entered the premises on Sunday night to carry out the act. They were said to burn down all fires properties in the secretariat, including secretariat building. Videos and pictures of the incident circulating online also showed that the entire building had been reduced to rubble. Vehicles parked inside the local government secretariat was also burned to ashes. Confirming the incident, the State Police Command spokesman, DSP Tochukwu Ikenga, attributed the incident to unidentified arsonist. On business news, new money laundering law, inbound, outbound travelers to forfeit uncleared funds. With the newly signed money laundering prevention and prohibition into law by President Muhammadu Buhari, and into individual citizen or foreigner can no longer make or accept cash payment of a sum exceeding 5 million naira or its equivalent, while a corporate entity can no longer make or pay the sum of 10 million naira or its equivalent. As stipulated in the legislation exclusively obtained by the Nigerian Tribune, specific provision for financial institutions or designated non-financial businesses and professions to provide for appropriate risk management system and procedures to mitigate risks posed by domestic and foreign politically exposed person, as well as any person who has been entrusted with a prominent function by an international organization, as well as casino business, including internet casinos and ship-based casinos. The piece of legislation further forbids an individual to conduct two or more transactions separately with one or more financial institution or designated non-financial businesses and professions with intent to avoid the duty to report a transaction which should be reported under this Act. Breach the duty to disclose information under the Act by another means. On sports news, Everton, West Ham, others battle for Fenerbahce's Osai Samuel. English Premier League side Everton have identified Nigerian bright Osai Samuel as primary target when the summer transfer window opens. The Toffees are in the market for a replacement for agent Seamus Coleman, who will turn 34 when the new season begins. It has been a disappointing 2021-2020 season for Everton, as they currently sit 16 on the APL table and are battling for safety. However, manager Frank Lampard is already planning on rebuilding the squad ahead of next season, and one of the players that have caught the eye of the former Chelsea midfielder is the former Queen Parker German. According to the Turkish website m.elsonhaber.com, Everton will submit a bid believed to be around £6 million should they survive relegation. Osai Samuel, who is highly admired as a right back in the Fenerbahce, who added the Everton transfer list, was added to the Everton transfer list at Lampard's request. If the Premier League team stays in the league, they will submit the official offer, the website wrote. On entertainment news, Lagos Agog asked reggae artists aside fans to honor late Bob Marley. No fewer than 15 reggae musicians on Saturday in Lagos exercised their fans in a musical festival held in honor of late reggae legend Bob Marley. The musical festival featured renowned artists like King Wadada, Baba Frio, Marvelous Benji, Lam Lam, Black Simain, Fire, Be Clean, Benja O, Dev Bunny, as well as budding reggae artists and comedians. The news agency of Nigeria 9 reports that late Bob Marley, who was born in February 16, 1945, died May 11, 1981, at the age of 36 from cancer. While he lived, he was considered as the most influential reggae star that used his music to fight against injustice, oppression, and inequality in the society, regardless of race and religion. The organizer of the show, King Wadada, said the musical festival was to uphold the reggae gene of music, to reposition it, to reenact the musical philosophy of late Bob Marley. On foreign news, dozens killed in Burkina Faso attack. Around 40 people, many of them civilian volunteers with the army, have been killed in jihadist attack in northern and eastern Burkina Faso, local source and security officials said on Monday. In the north region of Sahel on Saturday, about 25 people were killed, including 13 members of the VDP volunteer force, while in the southeast about 15 civilians were killed when their convoy was attacked while it was under escort, the source said. And that's all we have on the Gallery TV News Update at 4. I'm Elije Chidema. Thanks for watching. For more information, do visit us via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for watching again.
Life of people not only in Niger State, but also
Still a chance for Ryan Robin. It's
Let him shoot, let him shoot. No problem.
That the government
This is the vision is the long overstatement on ethnic
he accused the APC lead